Join Paul Charchian in the Fantasy Football Weekly crew at Treasure Island, the Full Deck Ballroom on Friday. Well, that's tonight from 6 to 9 for Fantasy Football Training Camp. The live broadcast starts tonight at 6, followed by the Fantasy Football Deep Dive right after. Great prizes to be had, including a $1,000 grand prize. Plus, everyone in attendance will receive $10 in free slot play and a $10 dining voucher. Get the full details now. KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
So that's tonight at Treasure Island. What's happening tomorrow night at Treasure Island? No, tomorrow afternoon at Treasure Island. Lacko?
Get down there early for the wonderful Creed pre-party featuring the fans, Marney Gellner, and the fans, me. And, we'll be having fun 3 to 4:30. We got ticket giveaways. We got all sorts of other prizes. And then, of course, Creed. I mean, I can't believe it. They're here.
Woohoo!
They're here. Hawk, you're hot.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's so nice of you to say that. I don't know if you can see me or not, but I'm wearing my blue shirt, and I was wondering on somebody whether or not you'd comment on it, so thank you for saying that. I wish I was going to be a Creed. I am not. I wish I were. Marnie, have fun in my stead, if you would, please.
I'll tell you all about it.
I bet you will.
Speaking of cool concerts, maybe you saw on social media, on Twitter about an hour ago, KFAN tweeted out a Green Day contest connected to initials today.
Oh, hell.
You can go on Twitter, follow at KFAN 1003 and Power Trip KFAN, and use the hashtag Initials Invitational, and you can guess the initials. You can post 5 guesses between now and 8:15. And then you could win, this is pretty sweet, a pair of 100 level tickets to see Green Day. Already, that's pretty cool. But also, we have these like skate decks, which is basically a skateboard, specifically made by the Green Day people. So it's like a Green Day skate deck. You could win that. And Punk Bunny Coffee, which apparently is Green Day's own brand of coffee. So that's pretty cool. So you could win tickets, a skate deck, and coffee thanks to Green Day if you simply guess the initials at 8:15. So do that on Twitter. You can
GD.
Find it. Okay. Maybe. Wouldn't that be weird if it was?
That would be weird.
Well, there's 2 packets left, and the old packets are in the vault right now, the St. Paul Federal Credit Union initials vault.
Is there one that is just 12 names?
Maybe.
Oh, that would be my nightmare.
That's a good point. Jeff Lambert gets to decide Sauce's fate.
You mean
Even
Hawk's
better.
lover?
Even better.
Hawk's daddy?
And $71,500. Somebody could win that 1 hour from now if they simply guess the initials, if you're the lucky caller.
So today is a first round match and Monday.
Yes.
And then that's it. Then we're done with first round scheduled matches. And we have to figure out the wild card after Monday's
And I have a
results.
very strong feeling about how we're going to do that, but I just have to wait maybe to see how today's game plays out. We'll see. Based on the number of people that get 3 or more. We'll see.
If I get 3, it'll be the hardest way to advance. If I don't get 3, everybody will make it.
That is the correct answer.
Correct, yeah.
Well, just
Everybody
win.
wins.
Just win.
I'm just hoping that the second place finisher does not have more than 3. I'm fine with 3.
Right.
I don't want a 4.
Well,
Then you'd have to sweat on Monday that somebody else doesn't lose with 4.
Well, last year, what did Johnny Athletic lose with 5?
5,
Yeah.
which is why I wanted to start the wild card.
For sure.
Yep. So you have nothing to worry about, Parrish.
Yeah.
You're getting one of the wild card spots, but the other 2 to 4 or 5 spots are going to be fought over. We'll discuss that later. But for now,
looking forward to watching.
Chris, you're in either way. You're fine. Chris is in Cleveland, and now it's time for the news.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by the St. Paul Saints.
That's right. Thank you, St. Paul Saints. They'll be back in town soon, playing down at the best little baseball field in the upper Midwest. That's CHS Field. We'll give you a full report on when they're back in town. You can get your tickets for every game at saintsbaseball.com. That's saintsbaseball.com. As they are 56-60 and send Caleb Bouchley to the mound against the Indians tonight in Indianapolis. This is a news story that's sort of entertainment news, but I find it to be fascinating. The new Blake Lively drama, It Ends With Us, cost $25 million to make. It's already surpassed $100 million worldwide.
Jeez.
And Nikki saw Monday, I think. I don't know
And
what
people
she
who've seen
saw.
it love it.
Yeah.
Said it's sad as hell.
Yeah,
but it's good.
she said it was an absolute tearjerker, and that's when I say no thanks.
Lively plays a woman who grew up with abusive parents, who winds up in an abusive relationship herself. But again, it's already made more than $100 million. Congratulations. You don't hear many stories like that anymore when it comes to the box office.
Yeah, it's good for her and Ronald. I've heard they've been struggling in the.
They've been
bank
struggling.
account.
They have. Yep. If you're headed towards the weekend, enjoy it, because come Monday, people get crazy, as it'll be a super moon next week, an extra full moon, which drives certain individuals nuts. So be careful when you're driving starting Monday.
Did you have someone in mind?
There's a lot of people. Like, honestly, I kid you not. You talk to somebody who works in an emergency room. When it's a full moon out there, it's crazy. When it's a super full moon, just lock it down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The weirdos come out.
Yeah, man.
What if
I know
it's
it seems like
a
weird.
cloudy evening and you can't see it? Does that affect it, or is it the gravitational?
Even if you can't see the moon, it's still there.
Yeah, I am aware of that. Yep. Thanks for clarifying. This meant is it more of a, I know it's going to be a super full moon, therefore I am going to act crazy?
It's every honestly, like animals, it's just
I think it just has to do with the
it's just
gravitational pull.
Our kids,
I have no idea.
Our kids go bonkers on full moons and stuff.
Really?
Like honestly, they just it's crazy. It's been that way.
Even now as teenagers?
Yeah, they're teenagers.
Do they have lichen blood?
What's that?
Maybe. What's that?
Is that
It's a werewolf.
who loved that movie?
What, Underworld?
No.
I liked the first one, then it got ridiculously terrible. The first, and Underworld's a bad movie too, but I liked it when it came out.
Are you out of your mind? I like that lady.
Yeah. Oh, Kate Beckinsale's a 10 and a half.
Yeah.
It's also why I like the movie Serendipity.
Well said.
I like that lady.
Well, and Cusack's a smoke show.
Yeah.
And Molly
Mike's
Shannon
on.
was in that.
Oh, well,
It's
of
a
course.
banger.
Yeah, for
Was
sure.
she really? She was in Serendipity. Paul, your thoughts on werewolves and full moons?
I'm more of a Mothman guy. I don't really believe in werewolves, although Rosie loved the movie.
But you do believe in the Mothman.
Yes.
And where does this individual live?
In my closet.
Yeah. He circulates in the Indiana-Chicago area.
Oh, he circulates like flies, or
Yeah.
does he commute? What
Flies.
happens? He flies
wings,
around.
Yeah.
Is he drawn to light?
No idea. Brilliant. A lot of people Hockey went to high school believe in him as well. Right, Hawk?
But if he's in Indiana and Chicago, that's a good reason to believe in it. If they've seen him, I mean, according to you, if somebody in Boise, Idaho is like, I've seen the Mothman, you'd see like, you liar.
Yeah.
He doesn't get outside of the Midwest. He circulates.
Yeah, he's been
you're-
seen a lot at the airport.
So
I guess.
is that just the Midwest Mothman, or
Yeah,
are there,
the Midwest Mothman.
so there is more than one?
Yes.
Where are the rest of them?
West Virginia.
What does that one do?
Kisses Hawk.
Excuse
the
me?
Smoochin' Mothman.
He said
Kisses.
hawk.
Oh, Hawk.
Yeah.
Back to the news.
I'm sorry, Marnes. Women in the U.S. have the lowest life expectancy amongst most industrialized countries.
Yes. Take that,
Yeah.
Marnie.
Yeah, that's according to nonprofit group the Commonwealth Fund. Used provisional data from the CDC to calculate that American women in 2022 have a life expectancy
There's a nice Freudian slip.
of 80. 80 years old. That's 2 years shorter than the life expectancy of the nation with the lowest that is next, and that'd be the United Kingdom. And that's 7 years shorter than women in Korea and Japan, which have the highest life expectancy. So, sorry, Marge, you're going to live to 80.
What's the man's life expectancy?
Way less.
130.
Yeah. Well, we have the resources to last to 130.
Yeah, right.
Sons
We
of
just
bees.
don't want to.
We get paid 30% more than you.
Maybe we just get sick of you guys and we're like, I'm checking out.
That's fine.
Well
Yeah.
played.
That'd be it.
That's fine. It's a good deal for both of us.
Yeah. And finally,
I'm laughing at them. Why are you staring at me? I said
rock
nothing.
musician
Party laugh.
and longtime radio host Greg Kihn has passed away. We talked this morning about Jack Russell from Gray White. We also lost Greg Kihn yesterday, who wrote the hit "Our Love's in Jeopardy," baby. Yeah, here's $5,000.
Los Santos rock radio legend.
Yeah, he also wrote the breakup song. They don't
write 'em like that
An hour
anymore.
or two. Here's $5,000.
Oh, that's that guy?
Yeah. They don't write them like that anymore.
That's a great
Yeah.
song.
Great song. That was Greg Kent. He passed away at the age of 75 following a battle with Alzheimer's disease. So, R.I.P. rock great.
Love you, Greg.
Kent.
Yeah,
man. That's good stuff. And Jack Russell passed away, also way too young. Lead singer of Great White, who had such songs as House of Broken Love and what's that one song?
No idea.
Yeah, no, I just said it a few like an hour
Once
ago.
bitten, twice shy.
Once bitten, twice shy. Thank you. That's right. He passed away at the young age of 63 years old. Just a terrible, terrible amount of afflictions to Jack Russell. But a spokesperson said he died of Lewy body dementia, which is, I believe, also what killed Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
depressing.
had the opportunity to meet Mr. Jack Russell a couple of times when we played with him, and he was the sweetest man, just the sweetest guy you could possibly meet. So, crazy life from that young man. Pulled himself out of just terrible drug addiction to become a rock star and live a too short a life. So there you go. That is the news for this Friday.
If you're Jack Russell and you're going to name your band after an animal, and you go Great White, why wouldn't you just call yourself Terrier?
Yeah.
Right, then you could be
Just
Jack
taunting
Russell's Terrier.
That's pretty good.
We're almost there. Man,
And everybody loves a terrier.
why don't people ask me to name things?
Best in show.
Johnny Krasinski saying 35W where he's on right now, dead stop, and they're closing the road, some accident. So,
no.
Johnny Krasinski doesn't think he's going to be here by 7:30. Let's just hope whatever happened doesn't delay him more than an hour. And hopefully everybody's okay, because it sounds like it's an accident that shut down the road. So he's on his way, though. Yeah, where's
just
traffic
like that,
guy
Zacho's
Dylan?
got the traffic cam up. What
Yeah,
are you
what's
seeing
going
over
on
there,
in 35
Laco?
Dubs?
From the Holiday Station Stores Traffic Center, here's a look at the roads. I didn't see a damn thing.
That is a
Dynamite drop
terrible
it.
traffic report.
Did you just say dance, see a damn thing?
Dance?
Yeah, he's going to dance.
Yeah.
Oh, he's an inspiration.
Don't stop dancing, man.
Yeah, don't stop believing either, brother.
Yeah. Listen to the Hulkster.
Yeah.
Great point.
Well, be careful, Johnny K, and, drive it like you ain't got a dime in it.
Right.
Find a back road and give her hell.
Yeah. And there's nothing to worry about. There's no Minneapolis Mothman, so you're fine.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure. I'm just going off of your geography.
Mothman.
That's a bad idea, Corey.
That's a good point. Sauce, you're going to do sports when we get back.
Yes, I am.
Marnie's here. Parrish is here. Chris is in Cleveland. And this is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
Head over to our contest page and enter to win a massive Green Day prize bag, including 2 100-level tickets to their show tomorrow night, Punk Bunny Coffee, and a custom Green Day skate deck created by Familia Skateboard Shop. That's KFAN.com, keyword contest. To enter, and of course, you can use hashtag initials invitational, tweet at KFAN1003 and at Power Trip KFAN, and guess today's initials. And if you guess correctly, you will win a Green Day prize pack, including a custom skate deck made by Familia Skate Shop and Punk Bunny Coffee and a pair of 100-level tickets. So multiple options to win. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That sounded sincere, Zach.
Welcome back to the Power Trip Morning Show, everybody. Here we are. Cast of Thousands. Marnie and Marco back there with the regular cast of characters, and I'm here in Cleveland once again breaking down your Vikings joint practices, although those sort of ended yesterday. We were full-on contact without bringing people to the ground on Wednesday and Thursday. Today it's just walkthroughs and such like that because we have a game tomorrow. A very important game for a lot of players on this squad. You know, we talk about the starters, guys. We know about how big those position battles are, but there are a lot of positions up for grabs and starting spots up for grabs on this squad. So there are storylines tomorrow. You might as well tune in. Of course, that game right here on The Fan with a pregame, I believe, starting at 1. Am I right about that, Zacho? 1 o'clock local time back there for you guys?
I believe so, yeah.
Man,
Corey, check the schedule.
Why doesn't Abbott just send out a schedule so we all know
wish he
exactly what
would.
time it starts?
I wish
Can
you
that
could send out a
be
schedule.
that hard to just kind of send us a spreadsheet of the monthly calendar?
Yeah, quit sending the spreadsheet you normally send, and please send me an actual schedule.
Hawk, does it?
1:30.
1:30.
Following a 90-minute shortened edition of Saturdays with Sauce.
Whoa,
What?
whoa, 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 whoa.
Does Sauce know
A
that?
half hour off.
Are you on tomorrow?
Yeah.
So you just shook your head no.
No. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? So the show is on, but you're not on the
We're
show?
just told there's a half an hour of Saturdays.
We got to change the name of the show.
No,
it can't
actually-
be Saturdays with Sauce if you're not on the show.
I like the idea of it just being Saturdays with Sauce without sauce forever.
That'd be great.
Yeah, the Johnny Carson show featuring Paul Lindell. It's pretty incredible.
Great pillows.
You're not on tomorrow.
I don't think so. I will have to talk to Nordo.
Oh, my God. You don't even know for real. You don't know, do you?
No, I think we're playing back a bunch of interviews. I don't know.
What? Boy, I have
The
a great
best
joke
of
I'd like to say.
Brilliant.
Okay, so this is 12 to 1:30.
You're on for an hour and a half then.
Yeah.
Wait, these are interviews you conducted or just other members of the fan staff?
No, we would not play those back. Those would be bad.
All right, so Saturdays with Sauce will be interviews that Barrero and PA did this week, Vikings related.
Yes.
But we're going to call
you're
it
not
Saturdays
involved.
with Sauce. You're not involved at all.
I don't know. I'm going to have to
It's
talk to
tomorrow.
We should call it, now hear me out, Saturdays without sauce.
That would be great.
That's
That
even
would be
better.
great.
My God,
Yeah.
Martin, that's brilliant.
Just a fun way to spend a
How about-
weekend, too.
How about this? How about Saturdays? Oh, my God, that's great. Zach. I walked on your line.
That's a great,
so
that's
sorry.
a great line.
How about Saturdays hold the sauce?
That's good.
I like that. How about sauce on the side?
Yeah. How about throw the sauce in the trash? It's spoiled.
Oh.
By the way, shout out. I don't know if you guys saw our new fall schedule, but there's a new show called Mondays with Max, 6:30 to 8 p.m., hosted by Kevin Fallness.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yep.
He's
interesting.
playing Password today with Barb. And
that'll go well.
Ugh.
poor Barb.
Well, do better than me. Do better than me, Fallness. Little B is not a big fan of mine anymore.
And Robbie and Max Fuller.
Well, don't be so bad at the game.
It's my first time.
Robbie, Max, Barb, Fallness.
Yes.
Man, my face looks fat today.
No, it doesn't. You look handsome.
Gorgeous.
Your inner monologue just bled onto the radio.
Yeah, no, I'm fine telling Hockey looks handsome.
I was talking to Chris.
He's talking to me.
Not everything's about you, Paul, even though sometimes shows that you aren't involved in are still named after you. So
That's
I
a
would
good point, yeah.
understand why you think that.
Yeah.
Back to my original question. We're on the air for the pregame at 1:30 tomorrow.
1:30.
Yes.
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 So that's
you and I will be on at
2:30 local
2:15.
time. So 3:15 here. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you make it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Twice, yeah, and I'll probably go
Nice.
again today. It's really, really something, Marnes. It's emotional. It's something else. There's, again, imagine you were able to go into a room and look at the actual paintbrushes that dude used to paint the Mona Lisa. You know?
Yeah, that one dude.
Yeah.
Sebastian Bach.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Bill
I mean,
Bach.
you're standing there looking at
Bobby
the
Bach.
actual, the jacket that Prince wore. When he did this thing. I mean, it's just
Barnes, in
pretty-
your NBA travels with the old Wolves and Cavaliers, you never got to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in the day,
I
huh?
walked by it 35
Oh, that's
times
close.
probably.
But never went in.
I never went in.
Interesting.
Well,
Really?
bought a
I thought
season
you were a music
pass.
fan.
I am a music fan, but I don't know. That it just doesn't. I don't know. I'm not that into that kind of stuff, like the memorabilia, and maybe because it's specifically rock and roll, which I have. Like, I love Prince, but I'm not like if I saw the guitar from Led Zeppelin, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
the country music Hall of Fame that has like the long gowns that Loretta Lynn would wear. Now that I would be interested in. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's weird.
No, it's completely fine. Who cares? You like what you like. It doesn't matter. You don't have to go
Prince's
here.
jacket, was it like a Columbia, North Face? Like what kind of...
It was a starter
Was it a
jacket of the
Carhartt?
San Jose Sharks.
Yeah, everybody had that.
Did you visit the casino there, Hawk?
I walked by and waved at people,
Yeah.
just like you walked by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's what he
I'm not a
does.
big
fair.
fan of gambling. Yeah.
That's fair.
So is that the Jack
that.
Casino downtown?
He doesn't know the name of it.
No, he said
yeah.
he walked by and waved.
It's the Jack Russell Casino, and he's not in there. Just like Meat Sauce is not a part of Meat Sauce on Saturdays.
Oh.
Sauce, best of luck, honestly, tomorrow. I can't wait to hear PA's interview with Kevin Stefanski and Kevin O'Connell during Saturdays with Sauce.
That'll be great, man.
Are you nervous? I mean,
About?
those are two big names.
Yeah. I will try my hardest.
Would you like to do sports
Yeah, you
right
know
now?
what? And not being there is him trying his hardest.
Genius.
Sausage, your turn to do sports.
Time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around Property Preservation.
Hey, thanks all around. And since this is Sauce's sports segment, it'll be led by Zach Halverson.
The Vikings had their last padded practice yesterday against the Browns.
You sure you want to do the news, or should we just have replays of Kevin O'Connell and Kevin Stefanski for the next 10 minutes?
Hey, man.
Nice shot.
Great song. You owe them $5,000. The Vikings had their last padded practice yesterday against the Browns. They will have a walkthrough today. KOC said in his press conference after the padded practice that Addison avoided a major ankle injury and shouldn't miss significant time. He also added that Brian Cashman had surgery on one of his fingers, but he will be good to go most likely week 1, 3 weeks from Sunday. The Vikings will go to battle, and they will go against the Browns tomorrow at 3:30, pregame at 1:30 right here on the Fan. You will hear from noon to 1:30 Saturdays with
somebody.
Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah.
So, yeah. Hogs, when is the walkthrough?
I think 2 o'clock, I believe, local time here today. I believe. Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. I was just reading an email from somebody. Check this out. What's your name, Mark Parrish?
Yes.
You were mentioning Sebastian Bach's brother played for the Minnesota Wild?
Tampa Bay Lightning, I think.
I'm sorry. He also played for the Minnesota Wild. I'm sorry.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did. He played 2000 and 2001. His last name is actually Bierk.
Yeah.
And he was behind Gustafsson.
Wow.
How about that?
Huh.
I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember that at all because I don't remember Gustafson.
It was Manny and Gustafsson in 2000-2001 squad. That's not right?
Yeah, Manny Fernandez. Yeah, for sure. Okay, I just didn't remember Gustafson.
Okay, there you go. And it says his name was Zach, and his last name was Bierk, and that's actually, I guess, Sebastian Bach's real last name.
Oh, yeah.
2000-2001 squad. I did not know that.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know he made it here.
How about that?
Yeah, fairly talented family.
Well, you make it to the NHL, right? No matter what.
Yeah, as a goalie, there's only 30 jobs. There's only 30 of them in the world.
Woot woot. I don't know why I did that.
Random train sounds. It's the closest train's ever been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well played.
Brilliant.
Well played, sir.
Hawk loves train.
I really do. I like that band a lot. I can't help it. I like what I like.
Amen.
They had a couple of bangers.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
They got a
Is
new
that
record.
Jupiter's
Drops of Jupiter.
Drops of Jupiter.
Great song.
Yeah, and by the way, if you know what that song's about, it changes the entire meaning of the song. Great song.
Oh, in a good way or
Great.
bad?
Oh, it's depressing as hell.
Well, yeah, it's depressing, sure.
What
but
is
it's
it
also,
about?
His mom died, and now that she's back in the atmosphere with drops of Jupiter in her hair, I mean, it's about his mom going to heaven. It's really sweet. Really, really sweet.
Oh.
And they did a record called AM Gold that came out in 2022. And funny, because of Corey, nobody knew about it. But it's a really good record. It's a disco record, believe it or not. And it's really, really good. AM Gold by Train. Trust me, it's good. Yeah, I know. It's really good. Trust me. It sounds like they made it in 1977. Good songs.
Sweet, man.
Thank
Your
you.
turn.
The
You're
Twins.
a sweet man as well.
Oh, I appreciate that. The Twins beat the Rangers 3-2 last night. Ober started. He went 6, scattered 7 hits, 2 runs, walked 3, and he struck out 3. The Twins trailed 2-0 after the first inning, but they got 2 in the second. And then the game winner they got in the 9th. The Twins are 68-53. They are 4 back of Cleveland, who didn't play yesterday. Same 2 teams tonight at 7:05. Simeon Woods Richardson goes for the Twins. And before the game, they put Byron Buxton on the IL.
That's
Can I say
depressing. Why did you
can
bring
I
that
say
up?
one more thing?
Sure.
Yeah.
Because you guys talk about sports and people care about that, but not so much me. I want to. I'm looking at the greatest hits by Train. And you can say whatever you want, but listen to this: Meet Virginia,
That's
We all know
pretty
that
good.
song.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Drops of Jupiter, Calling All Angels, When I Look to the Sky, Hey Soul Sister, If It's Love, Marry Me, Save Me. I mean, they've got a million hits, man. So say what you want, but JC, that's a great band and a lot of great hits. Am I right, Marnes?
So I love Soul Sister. You're talking, hey, soul
sister, ain't that Mr. on the radio? Here's $5,000.
You owe a lot of money now.
Yep, that's right.
Yep.
Great.
What about If It's Love?
Baby,
If it's love.
That's a badass song.
We said that it's forever. Great song. Here's $5,000. So
Hey, Charge is here. Charge is here.
Chargy.
Lawyer Lambert's going to be here in a second. Alexis Pearson's downstairs. We got to get her as well. Hopefully, John Krasinski can get through traffic because they're playing initials at 8:15. But we'll do Vikings news in a second. The entire room starting to fill up. Power Trip Morning Show back after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
From playlists to stages around the world, Creed took the post-grunge genre by storm, and now they're set to hit the stage tomorrow at Treasure Island. Join myself and Marney Gellner for a Creed pre-show party in Parlay at Treasure Island from 3 to 4:30 tomorrow. We'll be giving away seat upgrades and Michelob Ultra Zone passes, plus KFAN swag. Full details at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar. We'll see you tomorrow at Treasure Island.
Yeah, that's super cool. All right, Chris is in Cleveland, Ohio. Everybody else is here. The room is filled up. John Krasinski made it. He fought through traffic. Hi, Johnny K. How are you?
I'm doing good. Made it.
You made it.
It was a little touch and go there for a second, but here I am.
But you made it.
Hi, Johnny K.
Hello, hello.
Look at Johnny K.
How we doing?
Alexis Pearson is here. Hi, Alexis.
Hi,
How
Alexis.
are you? Good morning.
The sleds have arrived.
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh. Paul Charchian back there from Guillotine Leagues. Hi, Paul Charchian. How are you?
Great. Speaking of TI, Fantasy Football Weekly Training Camp at Treasure Island tonight. It is free to attend. You get to see the full live appearance of Fantasy Football Weekly. Myself, Scott Fish, Thor Nystrom, Brian Johnson. Tons of prizes, $1,000 grand prize, and everybody who attends. And again, it's free. You get a $10 meal voucher. You get $10 in slot play, and a bunch of concert tickets that they're handing out for upcoming concerts at TI. And a lot of when the show wraps up, we have some off-air deep dive data as well. So that's Treasure Island tonight, 7 o'clock, Fantasy Football Weekly.
Other shameless plugs. I saw the big announcement on social media this week. You want to walk us through what happened with Guillotine Leagues?
I sold Guillotine Leagues to Matthew Berry's Fantasy Life, and I'm going to be running Guillotine Leagues through their platform now. And this gives us a lot more resources. It was a far bigger company, so we've got a lot more resources, and we've totally redesigned the app, the desktop website, and private leagues for the first time ever are now totally free. GuillotineLeagues.com.
I'm not just saying this because he's here. It's the best way to play fantasy football, and it's not close.
Thank you.
It's so fun.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it is a ton of fun. So kind of just bringing it to the next level, helping a lot more people find Guillotine Leagues, and really excited for, sort of what's next. We got a big plans for growing this in the next year. Can't wait.
And the final sled, Lawyer Lambert, dream a little dream. If it can just happen. No offense to John or Alexis or Charge. Can we just find a way, Jeff, for you to win today, please?
I'll try.
Jeez. God,
you win every day, Jeff. You're a winner.
As her Brooks said, play 10 times, I might lose 11, but not today.
Not today. Let's back up for a second before we get to Vikings news. Alexis, congratulations.
Thank you.
A delayed congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Got engaged a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah, over 4th of July weekend.
Yeah. How's it been the last two months? Any regrets yet?
No regrets yet, but got a lifetime of potential regrets. So, but
join
no,
the club.
It's been great. And my sister got married the first week of August, so between the time we got engaged and the time she got married, it was like wedding chaos in the best way. So it's been a fun summer, and yeah.
This is the window to call somebody a fiance, right? It's
correct.
It's
which I'm still not used to.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah, and congratulations to him. I mean, he wins the race. Congratulations, absolutely.
Yeah, he's the winner.
Thanks, guys.
He wins.
Absolutely.
Johnny K, what's new with you?
Not much, man.
He got engaged as well.
I did. Yes. A couple
Absolutely.
times. So,
Congratulations.
very happy, very excited about that. Everything's good. This is the nice quiet time for me. So just kind of hanging out with the kids. Little Great Wolf Lodge tonight, chasing them around the soccer fields, and getting ready for Vikings regular season. That's when I join Alec Lewis at the Athletic. I don't mess around with the preseason stuff, and so once that gets going, I'll jump in and get back to work. But it's chill time right now.
And then you go full blown Wolves, and obviously with the NBA schedule coming out yesterday, you can tell the NBA has flipped on the Wolves. Right, they definitely want to promote Anthony Edwards as much as possible. They are also now all in on Minnesota Timberwolves basketball.
Yeah, the machine is definitely moving right around him and trying to elevate him to take over for when LeBron and Steph and KD can't do it anymore. And 18 national games, they had 5 last year, so it just kind of shows like it's a rocket ship taking off. I'm not used to having to work into May. Like I'm used to mid-April, it's all over and get ready for the lottery. So it's kind of a good problem to have, but it's fun. He's an unbelievable guy to cover, and the team is really kind of catching on. So it's a good time.
Yeah, Christmas Day game, and they're a part of that opening night nationally televised doubleheader. So they definitely are getting the prime slots this year, which is cool to see.
Absolutely, yeah. I knew that people would care about them. I mean, they just had to have a good team, and it was 20 years of why do you waste your time covering these guys? And it's like, it can be pretty fun if it's good. So.
You're playing for the long ball, right?
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let's do Vikings news, and then we can discuss other things later. We got plenty of time. I think did Marnie and Parrish just leave? I know Parrish did. Is Marnie hanging out or not? She wanted to talk Lynx. She was yelling at Sauce during the break for not bringing up the Lynx score.
Well, sorry, Daddy.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Radco, your truck accessories pro.
All right, Chris, we can hand it over to you because you are in Cleveland, Ohio, covering the Minnesota Vikings this week, part of the Vikings radio network. A couple of joint practice days in the rearview mirror, but game 2 preseason 2024 tomorrow, 3:25 right here on the Fan.
Well, from my perspective and most of the people I talked to yesterday, it was a much, much better Thursday than a Wednesday. Obviously, we didn't have any injuries, and we found out that Jordan Addison's injury wasn't quite as bad as we thought it was going to be. In fact, a coach said in his press conference yesterday he probably won't miss any significant time, which was a big improvement over seeing him in a walking boot the night before. So thumbs up for that. The offense looked better. Jordan Addison not being there, we saw the ball spread around to a lot of receivers who are looking to find a way onto the squad. Justin Jefferson and Sam Darnold continued to make progress in their relationship. I know there's a lot of articles out there saying they're struggling. I didn't see that at all yesterday. Defensively, we're moving around quite a bit. Our linebacking and our defensive line group looks really, really strong. Cornerback, we'll see. We're going to have to get Shaq Griffin back and see what our actual starting lineup is going to look like. But from my perspective yesterday, watching things happen on the field, we were much better than on Wednesday, and you would expect that. Don't forget, Cleveland is a very, very good team. Somebody who's going to compete in the AFC. So having a good practice against them yesterday made me feel a lot better as a Vikings fan.
Hey, Charge, as a fantasy football guy, last year we saw Nick Mullins put up a lot of numbers, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously a little bit of a wild card. He can definitely give it to the other team once in a while, but he can put up a lot of yards as well. Now that J.J. McCarthy is officially out of the mix the entire year, and this is truly Sam Darnold's team, no quarterback controversy, there's no backup chasing him down. Do you think Sam Darnold could be a fantasy football guy like Mullins, where a KOC offense still gets him to put up a bunch of numbers, regardless if the Vikes are winning or losing?
No, for sure. And there are going to be some games where I wouldn't start him. Niners week 2, Jets week 4, I think 5. But you're going to be able to pick your spots with Sam Darnold for sure. Vikings defense is a big wild card right now. Vikings may be playing in deficits, but mostly just optimistic that KOC is going to just keep to who he's been, and he's going to throw the ball a ton, regardless of who his quarterback is, because he did it with Nick Mullins. So, unless Sam Darnold is just garbage, and even if he is, it still might not change the propensity to pass a lot. Yeah, there's going to be opportunities to start Sam Darnold. Going off the board right now is quarterback 34 in fantasy drafts. Ooh. That's a value right there. We'll take a starting NFL quarterback, throw into Justin Jefferson way before pick 34 of a
Who are some of those bottom-feeding names that are in front of Sam Darnold?
Justin Fields, because people think Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson might not hold that job, so Wilson's going first and Justin Fields going first. I think he's the backup quarterback at 33, and then Sam Darnold going 34.
Yikes.
Yeah.
We were seeing a lot of long, deep balls from Sam Darnold. Is that something that he's been known for in his career charts? Because they're doing it a lot, even in practice.
No, in fact, he was a horrible long ball passer statistically throughout his entire career. So they're trying to ask him to do something he was not very good at in the past. And, granted, this is the best offense he's ever worked with and the best coaching he's ever had by a mile. So maybe that part of his game will come together. But no, that was a specific area of weakness for Sam Darnold prior to now.
Well, that makes sense then because we saw a lot of that in these last 2 days.
They're working on it. It'd be great. I mean, if you can unlock that, it really holds back the whole offense. You got to be at least willing to take those deep shots, right?
What do you think about Jones in the backfield for us?
Love it.
Yeah.
I just, the question is how much, it's what the Packers had to deal with. How much can I really use Aaron Jones? He can't be 25 touches a game, unfortunately, because he's just not built for that. So then you got to find that gray area where you give him the ball enough that Aaron Jones can be effective, but not so much that you wear him down. And now he's questionable every week, which happened a lot with the Packers. But when he's got the ball, man, he is a special back, and he runs so much harder than his size. And he's the best receiving back we've had here in, I don't know, a decade. I'm trying to remember the last.
Maybe Chester Taylor.
Maybe, yeah. We were talking. It's several coaches ago.
Dalvin was solid, right? Because Dalvin was so much better than we had with Adrian Peterson. Dalvin was a solid.
Yeah. Yep, solid.
Pass catching back.
Jones is a gifted pass catching back.
Yes, he is.
Well, I'll tell you guys, and I know this is just joint practices, but if it holds up what we saw these last couple of days, we will see a lot, literally, of split time with Chandler and with Jones.
Chandler has got to get the nuances of the game down. In the first preseason game, he nearly sacked his own quarterback. He missed, he had 2 drops. He missed a hole where he could have had a cut. He's just, in open space, I love Ty Chandler, and he's got some special moves. But man, the nuances of the game, the pass blocking, the other stuff, it still isn't clicking. And this is his 3rd year. Yeah. He shouldn't be making these kinds of mistakes. It's frustrating.
John Krasinski, Alexis Pearson, your thoughts on the J.J. McCarthy news? Where were you when you heard? How did your day go?
It was really disappointing. I mean, because I was a huge JJ guy coming into the draft, even before they picked him. My dad and I watched Michigan growing up, so we watched the Wolverines all the time. And I just love him. I just think he has everything that you want in a quarterback. And especially after we saw him on Saturday, the arm is live. He's got all of it that you could want. And so to have this happen, it's a buzzkill. I didn't necessarily expect him to play a lot this year. I think they really wanted Darnold to play for the most part and let JJ sit and watch and learn. But now that he's going to have the rehab and all that stuff, it's a little disappointing because I think he can be a really, really good quarterback.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think there's still a lot to figure out at this point in the season, so you don't know how much he was going to get as far as starts or playing time at all. But it was a fun 3 days from the time he played in the preseason to the time he got hurt, talking about what could be, and oh my gosh, this might be really exciting, it might be really fun. But we're kind of desensitized, I feel like, to news like this now, where it's you see it and you're like, all right, what next? And then there is a next thing, and then you're like, okay, what next? And then at a certain point, you're just like, well, okay, here we go. I saw all the memes where it was all the things that have happened to Vikings fans this week, and it was just the list just goes on and on. Why not? Why wouldn't JJ get hurt? I mean, that makes sense.
And John, you went through this, right? That was what all of us said during the Wolves playoff run. Is this feels so foreign to have things go our way, right?
Yes.
We were underdogs against the Suns, and then we swept them. That doesn't happen to us, right?
No.
We come back on the Nuggets. That doesn't happen to us, right? The 7th game comeback as well. It was just, how many times did we say that those 2 or 3 or 4 weeks? Just, this is so foreign to Minnesota sports fans.
Yeah, it was just crazy. It was like Talladega Nights where Ricky Bobby's I don't know what to do with my hands. What is going on here? What is this feeling? And the coolest thing about that, and I think eventually when the Vikings ever have their breakthrough or whatever, I'll never forget being in the arena Game 7 in Denver. And they're coming back, and they storm back, and Ann hits the 3 in the corner, and they're up 10. And there's more than 1,000 Wolves fans in the arena. And when you're coming up and when you're kind of feeling it for the first time, just the euphoria and the disbelief at the same time was amazing. It was such a cool vibe. It didn't go well in the conference finals, but yeah, just the unfamiliarity of it was what in the world is happening here? Is this really true? It was really cool.
Yeah. Charge, we were talking a couple of days ago when the J.J. McCarthy news came out, right, that the over-under in Vegas on this team was 6.5 before McCarthy. And we know we have a 3-game probably pending suspension at some point this season for Jordan Addison, let alone the injury that it looks like he just dodged. What is your realistic expectation for this squad this year?
I'm under. 6.5. I'm under 6.5. Yeah. So the rest of the division is legitimately great, and all look like they're headed towards playoff viability. And the Lions are my pick to go to the Super Bowl. So, yeah, they may win 0-1 game in division. And then you look at the other games on the schedule. There's just so many difficult teams.
Yeah.
You're starting out with the 49ers and the Texans. Texans are my other Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
It's a brutal start to the season, and I don't know, man. Just the mojo just feels way off this team right now. I'm nervous about this season. And a lot more optimistic about next year.
So how much pressure is on KOC and Kwesi? Because about a week ago, Mark Wilf said they are not going to do contract extensions this season.
Yeah.
So if you look at the season that we're about to have, and we don't have J.J. McCarthy, so you have a transition quarterback for a year with Sam Darnold, how much blame do you put on Kwesi or KOC if this thing is a 4-13 season?
Well, I mean, Kwesi deserves, and has already taken in this town, a lot of heat for the drafts that have not panned out. And, to this point, it looks like J.J. McCarthy's going to be a hit, but we don't know. And Dallas Turner we're optimistic that he's going to be good based on seeing him for a quarter of one preseason game. But, the totality of that has not been good. Kevin O'Connell's fine. I think we've firmly established, and I think everybody in that building knows, Kevin O'Connell is a totally legit head coach. It's Kwesi's the big question mark, and not getting J.J. McCarthy for this season. I guess in a sense it helps him because that means he's not a bust. He can't look terrible, and you don't look like a moron for picking him because he's not going to play, and we won't know. But the injury probably gives him one more year after this, maybe in part because of that. But that's if you're Kwesi, you're battling for your job every day as far as I'm concerned at this point because he just hasn't had enough success as a GM yet.
And I think if you gave one of them a contract extension, the other one would see the writing on the wall. I think that's why you have to wait.
If it's not both of them at the same time?
I think that's why you have to wait. I think they would love to extend KOC, but if they don't extend both of them, I think it looks weird.
They were hired at the same time.
Yeah,
and Kwesi hired, in at least no small part, hired Kevin. But you got to make the right choice, and keeping Kevin O'Connell in the building is going to be very important. And I wouldn't play around with that just to keep Kwesi happy. If the right thing is to sign Kevin O'Connell and extend him, you do it.
Yeah, he's a great coach.
Well, the other challenging part is for Kwesi is it's clear that the way that's set up, he came in, they didn't want to tear down right away. They wanted to do the competitive rebuild thing, and they tried it, worked 1 year, the second year not so much. But it was always set up that this year was sort of the gap year because they have a ton of money to spend next offseason, but they had to get their books right. They had to kind of, readjust the roster. And so there was always going to be anticipation that if you bring in the rookie quarterback too, this was going to be the soft year. And so if you're trying to build on and trying to make your case for an extension coming into and maybe going through a difficult season, you can say, hey, but I got all this money to spend and stuff. That's going to be a complicated sell for him and how he kind of goes about that.
The drafts haven't been great, but he's done exactly whatever else they've needed him to do. They got younger and they got cheaper, and that's why these two were brought in, and he's done that.
Yeah, and Church, to your point, if the rest of the division's this good, not the worst year to bottom out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If it was going to be ultra competitive anyway and tough to win the division regardless, why not have this year go south if it lines up the books and everybody else is going to be back and healthy next year? Who knows? All right, let's do Fan 5 when we come back. We can talk a little bit of Wild with Alexis. We can talk a little Timberwolves with Johnny Krasinski. We'll play.
I'm out of here, Corey.
Oh, you're out of here.
Love you, Hogs.
Yeah, you guys take it from there, man. I'm just going to listen online.
Are you going to watch your lover play?
Absolutely, I am. I don't want to interrupt. I want to watch it and be a part of the whole damn thing.
Yeah. He's referring to Jeff Lambert, who is his
That's
lover.
right.
That is like 15 minutes from now. All right, 8 o'clock hour of the Power True Morning Show will feature Fan 5 and then quarterfinal number 8 of the Initials Invitational with Sauce, John Krasinski, Paul Charchi, and Alexis Pearson, and Lawyer Lambert. $71,500 up for grabs with the St. Paul Federal Credit Union Initials Jackpot. Fan 5 next on The Fan.